Birkie fever, got me eager as a beaver, got me waiting for winter, got me praying for snow. Birkie fever, I'm a true believer, just get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Now winter's coming to a close and the time is almost here. I'm trying to pick up all my pace as I pack up all my gear. Heading for the North Woods and that Birkie Trail. Tell them Marco Bus, it's a madman's lust, but I'll make it without fail. Birkie fever, got me eager as a beaver, got me waiting for winter, got me praying for snow. Birkie fever, I'm a true believer, just get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Now that fateful morning has arrived, you're standing at the starting line. Get her trained enough, is this gonna be tough, or have I lost my mind? If it's your first year or your 10th year, it always starts the same. You wonder if the pleasure's worth all of the pain. Birkie fever, got me eager as a beaver, got me waiting for winter, got me praying for snow. Birkie fever, I'm a true believer, just get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Passed double O a few minutes ago, a little tired but I'm feeling fine. And once I get past Rosie's Field, it's a cruise to the finish line. I'm only sorry that this race is run but once a year. Thank the Lord for snow, now I gotta go, last one in buys a beer. Birkie fever, got me eager as a beaver, got me waiting for winter, got me praying for snow. Birkie fever, I'm a true believer, just get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go. Get me to the start line, I'll be ready to go.
She signed up for the Birkie, she'd been telling me all year long. Poles and boots and kick wax, the list goes on and on. Over 50K is skiing, that's why she's gotta train so hard. The course is lined with cheering fans while she's out there going strong. One, here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor. Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows a princess got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. 10K in at 9 a.m. Damn, another hill again. Skiing with 10,000 friends. Higher, higher. Finish line is now in sight. Got that burning in my thighs. Ice and lashes of my eyes. Good Lord. Here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor. Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince's got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Done. Finished year 2, year 3, year 4. Wanna be a birch legger, gotta ski 20 more. Time to celebrate before I get sore. Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. 1, here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor. Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie.
Hey everybody, good evening. Welcome to February 10th update.
That's right, our second one for the 2025 American Birkebeiner Birkie Week of Events.
And what do you think of the newest Birkie song from our very own marketing director, Sean? Pretty good, huh?
I think that thing is fantastic. So excited to be jamming out to a new Birkie song. You'll be able to find that on our
Super Bowl
social
performance,
media.
forget it. Okay, that's probably why they're not listening tonight.
Right. And you will be able to find it on social media later this week. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
So obviously, a lot of work has gone on since last week when we had the official update. A little bit of snow since then. Team is working super hard to figure out what is Birkie 51. It's not been clear cut by any means. Obviously, we've had a little bit of snow and some cold, some not so cold and the like. So anyways.
Yeah, we do know that we are in last week. We knew we were in better shape than we were last year because we've had a lot of cold temperatures this winter. So the snow that we have gotten has stuck around. We did a lot of preparations so we could have multiple opportunities to get a really solid 2025 Birkie Week of Events. And on Saturday, we got a decent amount of snow in the area, anywhere from 4 to 6-ish inches between Cable and Hayward. We did a lot of trail reconnaissance this weekend, covering over 40K of the trail to check it out. Almost a Birkie. Yes. Yeah. And we felt that was really important to have our eyes on the trail to know exactly what we were dealing with and what we could bring to you. So we, after a lot of discussion, because we want to make sure that we have a really safe event for you, but we also want to have a really fun event. We are moving forward with finishing on Main Street.
Yeah, and I think as the crew's gone through this, there's a lot of factors from meeting with groomers to meeting with medical to meeting with the TDs and everything in between. At the end of the day, the event experience, the ski experience is part of the event experience. And if we can make the ski experience safe and knowing it's going to be a bit compromised, and we can talk about that here in a little bit more, that it's not going to be the most pristine, beautiful classic tracks or even skate lanes and uphills and downs. But at the end of the day, to venture from Cable to Hayward or Sealy to Hayward or the Brook to Hayward, or maybe just on Main Street if you're a Barnet or Junior, whatever, is a really big part of it. And so it's going to be a bit of a Herculean if to make it all work. But I think the team is up for it.
Yes. Up until this point, we have been planning on a more altered scenario. So now we are all really pivoting and the team is switching their focus to make this downtown finish happen. So you'll see everything in place like you normally see. All the aid stations will be open. The schedule will be the same as it has been in 2023. And before that, the course will be the same. We have the most ice on Lake Hayward than we've had in a number of years. So Lake Hayward is really secure. We have cold temperatures coming this week, and so we feel pretty confident that we can put all these pieces into place before next week, before you all come and do your event here.
Yeah, a big part, I think, as we looked at the different scenarios and providing those experiences, the course itself, the snow we've gotten, it's going to take a bunch between now and then to really make it happen. And you think of, hey, here's the Birkie Trail as we think about it. And depending on where you're going to start, whether it's Hayward or Sealy or the Brook, it's going to be an amazing experience when you take it in. And again, there's going to be some differences that are going to come along as you get out on the course. But at the end of the day, the experience of finishing on Main Street in a way that there's been a lot of years. My first Cordy back in '88, all the way through my last one in 2013 when this job got in the way. A variety of experiences and ski conditions. So I would say this year, the ski conditions are not going to be like they were some of the years where they're absolutely beautiful tracks and the most perfect conditions, but I think they will be safe.
Correct. Yeah, and these are some pictures from out on the trail yesterday. So you will see some areas where there might be some leaves that are have been brought up with our grooming process, but there also might be some really thin areas, especially in some of those classic tracks as you get to the southern part, at least especially the last 10K of the course. We're going to do what we can to get a little more snow into some of those spots. We have Ben's going to talk in a minute about some of our grooming plans, how we think we can kind of shore up the course with those grooming plans. We're hoping for a little more snow on Friday. So every little bit is going to help, right?
Yeah, and if you think these are conditions, they're really solid, probably through Mosquito Brook, I would say. This is actually Wheeler Road on the left. And so even as far as Wheeler Road, there's some really good conditions still, but I would say it's quite spotty. Big white pines, they really intercept a lot of the snow. Some areas are windblown, others areas are just thinner. And so we're going to do everything we can to bolster a bunch of the downhills that might be suspect. We're going to work on everybody's reduction of snow plowing. That's obviously one of the things that we really take into account, but the flats and uphills will get a little bit less of our attention. We're going to do everything we can to firm up the deck as hard as we can. We're actually going to do, we are in the middle of a groom right now, our final groom for the next 48 hours or so. So our goal is we'll take out all the skate lanes south of all of the classic tracks south of 00, and we're going to let it just sit now. It's going to be really, really cold for the next 48 hours. So we'd really love people to actually stay off it if they can. We've tried to close the trail from Gravel Pit South, but honestly, we'd love for you to ski from 00 north over the next couple days. Good skiing, and go to Mount Mark Village, go to Bodecker, go to Fire Tower, any of those places. But if you can stay away from heading south from 00, it's going to allow this groom that we just did to really start to set. And then there's going to be a point where we're going to want to get more people on it. And actually, it starts to reduce the base a little bit, but it firms it up harder and harder and harder. I was out shoveling in one location today that had been skied on yesterday, and already it's starting to help. And so we're getting a lot of freezing from below, obviously record frost.
Right.
It's going to be really cold from the top. And so we're going to do what we can to really, really get it firm over these next 48 hours.
Right. So what that means for you is next week, you might see a little more debris on the course. You might have to be a little more careful as you're skating around, or pay a little more attention to your classic tracks, at least in the southern part of the trail. And we don't think that it will be dangerous situations. We think that the snow is really going to firm up and create a really nice base on there that will get you all the way to Main Street. Yeah.
And I think having skied in 2007 and 2002 and some of those years that were really, really thin, I would say it's nowhere near that thin, but there's certainly these spotty places. And if you're concerned about your skis, I would say use your B skis, or if that's something that's really important to you, because there is a chance you're going to get a scratch, you're going to hit a rock, you're going to hit something, because eventually as it breaks down over time, and we can't predict exactly what that is. I mean, we have talked to some of the best groomers, some of the best event organizers that have a ton of experience globally around the snow and how it reacts. So I think we've done a bunch of research, the experience that Christy and her team has, and Eric and the group, that this is going to come together and be an amazing event experience. But also we want to make the expectations very realistic, that it isn't a winter wonderland exactly. But so
that we got just enough snow that we think we can make this happen.
It's pretty exciting today. We took the bridge out of hibernation. The tarps came off for the first time in 2 years. Looks really, really good. And so with that, I think we're ready to say, let's have Birkie 2025.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And so that means the Barna Birkie, the Junior Birkie, the Barkie Birkie, the Para Birkie, the Giant Birkie, everything is on as normal and will be downtown on a snow-covered Main Street.
Schedule-wise,
everything remains the same as it had been in 2023, our traditional schedule. So all of these events, minus the Para Birkie, which happens Friday morning, all of these events will be on Thursday again. And you can check out our participant guide, which will be coming out later this week. That will have all the schedules in there. But register for those events right now. We think they're good. Next week's forecast looks amazing. So we think we're going to have some really great weather for next week and a really fun time skiing together again in Hayward and from Cable to Hayward.
It's been a while, but I think I would say definitely, I was going through the event guide today a little bit, and it's now been a year removed after a crazy year last year. So there's all those little things that sneak up on people, from busing to the time schedules and everything. Right. So definitely read it up. It really, really, really helps just with the flow and less unexpected. Oh no. So definitely as that comes out, I would highly recommend taking, some easy reading. And I think to reiterate the point of a big part of this is weather, knowing that right now it looks really, really good over these next 10 days and really cold. But that said, really, I think pay attention. We'll have announcements coming out about this trail closure, and it might be because we're going to do some shoveling in an area, or we might be doing some renovating, or whatever it might be, or hey, get all your friends, please ski this area, those sorts of things. If you're in the area, we're going to need a ton of help. We'd love to get you out and engage. So definitely reach out to Jane, our volunteer coordinator, because we have a ton of, now that we've launched, as you've said, a bit of a quick pivot back to, it looked like we were going to have to be up north, and now it looks like this is going to work. So if you ski on Wednesday, the open track, and have time on Friday, Saturday, we'd love for your help. If you're skiing Friday, you could help on Wednesday. Any of those things, as we say, it takes a village to make a village.
Yeah, there are lots of volunteer opportunities left, and we would love for you to check out our website and see what is still open. I think people were waiting to see what this year's Birkie was going to be before they commit to a day and a time and a duty. So we'd love for you to check that out right now. We have a small staff, and our staff is going to be very busy the next 10 days making this event happen. And we really, really need volunteers to help once we get everything set up to pull it off. So at the aid stations, at baggage, at the start line, at bid pickup, we need as much help as we can get. So please check those out.
And if you happen to be up here earlier, or you have a cabin up here or whatnot, there's always a ton of setup that goes in that we also could use help with, whether it's setting up a stage, etc. Those pieces where we have a lead and that we need just some extra hands. So again, reach out, and you can either do that through Jane or send an email. You can even send it to me, ben.pop@birkie.com, and help get you in the right direction, in the right place, because we need those extra hands. And things like the Birkie Bash and the World Open Breakfast and those pieces that will happen again are really, really a big part of the whole week. So definitely come early, take it in. It's really exciting, I think, to be back to a quote unquote normal Birkie, when you think of sorts, where we're going to start in Cable, we're going to start in Sealy, start at the Brook, finish downtown, take in all these other events, and make sure you can have a burger and brat on Main Street.
Right. Yeah, and don't forget all the other things that you can check out on our website, from premium parking to, you can still register for a lot of those Thursday events. Now that you can actually secure your plans and know when you're going to ski, we hope to see you making some of those decisions about the other things that'll be happening here that week.
Yeah, because each one of those things the earlier you do them, if you're thinking about doing them, really helps from a planning standpoint. So whether going to the bash on Thursday night and seeing 400 of your closest friends, to not wanting to get on a yellow school bus and getting a premium parking, any of those different pieces are things that, if you're thinking about doing them, the earlier you sign up or get involved with those things, helps us from a planning standpoint drastically.
Right. Yeah, so we'll still put any course updates and things on birkie.com/51. So check there for any updates. But we'll also be doing another Q&A next Monday night. That would be February 17th at 7 p.m. Also, if we have any latest trail updates, we will give those to you then. If you have any questions about what you're seeing in the participant guide, I think people are going to have to really dig deep to remember what they did 2 years ago, or maybe it's even been longer than that. We hope people are coming back and excited to get that all figured out again.
And we will continue the trail updates. Eric will, as they're doing. There might be a couple days in there where isn't. It doesn't mean we're not doing anything. Promise that. But if there isn't another more recent trail update on our trail reports, know that means nothing's changed. So if he says, "Oh, this section of trail is closed and we're working in Spleesky here," that just means that, and it hasn't changed. You will see less grooming south of 00 for sure, as we try and really work on consolidating that base and getting it ready for the skiers, because that is the most fragile. But also that as we make this call to whether it's needing some help with shoveling or those other pieces, we'll make that call and let you know. But it should be actually really great skiing for the most part. It's really fully covered right now. Again, it's not a coverage thing per se. It's really a durability thing. And those will be what we're doing, everything we can to make sure that it's going to be some really nice skiing.
Okay, now I think we'll see if we have any questions. Hopefully everybody's just so excited that we're coming back to Main Street. We don't have any questions tonight.
The Super Bowl was a snoozer. They probably won't ask about that. But
yeah, because we're running a normal schedule, a normal event, your race will be timed. It'll count for future wave placement, and we will be giving age group awards again this year. This means the quarter loop remains as a 29K start, same, and arrival same.
Yes. I think that just...
The start time on Friday for the quarter loop will be the same as it was in 2023. Those times are on the website right now, and then they'll be in the participant guide that you'll get later this week.
Yeah, from the trail standpoint, there's not a lot of places that are really any thinner, so to speak, in terms of this is 2 inches versus 1 inch type of thing. It's really the durability of it. And so we will shovel. In fact, we started today some of the more downhills that are prone to more snow plowing. That's really what we're focusing our energies on, because the flats and ups, one thing I will say, there will not be a foot deep mashed potatoes on any climb this year, right? Because there isn't a foot of snow. But that said, we are focusing on the downs, the bigger downs where more snow plowing happens, is where we want to fortify those areas the best we can, especially when we get south of Mosquito Brook. Really, it's, again, the skiing. The Wisconsin State Meet was this weekend. I had a chance to ski a little bit up on the power lines and towards Timber Trail and Fire Tower. And it's really fantastic skiing. And even down here, skied from Wheeler this morning. Again, it's great skiing, but the durability of it, the snow this year, as you know, has been so dry. So we're going to do everything we can. If we had a snow Zamboni, we'd take it out, but we don't. So to shoveling the areas and bolstering those on the downs mostly is what we'll do. And then ultimately, there'll be that scenario that you get there and there's going to be places with grass and probably some dirt or whatnot that's going to come up, and you'll just have to proceed with caution. And we think it's going to be a safe event, but also knowing that it's not going to be perfect skiing conditions.
Likely.
Yep. And those will be coming probably in the next day or so. We're, like I said, we're doing our final groom tonight. We're doing a last groom tonight for a couple of days, as it's going to get really cold and we're going to stay off it while it is really cold. We shoveled a few of the spots that we know one of the culprits. There's a kind of a left-hand bender downhill just north of Hatchery. That's what we worked on today a little bit. The groomer's been through it now and is already on his way back to 00. So we've been already down to Wheeler again and back. We will work on the lake a little bit later this week, which is great. Again, ice is not a problem. But we will definitely we'll do an outreach via social media most likely, and do a call for some specific things as they come up. The
entire trail that you will be on for this will be There's a small part of
About
man-made.
200 meters.
There's some machine-made snow right at the start line. Other than that, you will be going on natural snow for the rest of the course. Any snow in the forecast?
There is a little snow in the forecast. They're calling from 2 to 3 inches of snow on Friday night, Friday night. And so, again, that only continues to help. Actually, any one of those little pieces will make a big difference, especially because then we'll have a pretty good base established from what we're doing right now. To get that fresh snow on top will really help. And again, not to theorize or speculate, we're not supposed to do that, but there is also a chance that there are some of the southern places where there won't be classic tracks, that will actually just have it flat, not necessarily for a whole 5 kilometers, but little sections that we know are always really quite prone under heavy white pine areas or things like that. So again, we'll continue to update everybody as we spend these next 10 days really working on that. We have 6 trail crew that are going to be working on it a lot and doing everything we can to make sure that it'll be ready to roll come a week from Wednesday.
Right. How thick is the base? It really varies depending on where you are on the course. If you're up north, the base is probably up to 6 to 8 inches. As you get down closer to Hayward, it can get down somewhere between 2 to 4 inches, depending on where it is. So that's really what we're dealing with on the southern end and why we're doing more shoveling down here and being a little more cautious with our grooming and how we're going to handle the trail in the next week. How'd you get the snow onto Main Street, snowmaking? No, actually, we work with the city of Hayward. They will harvest snow off of local areas, and then they dump it onto Main Street for us. We work really closely with them. They're pretty confident that they can find enough snow from some of our bigger fields and parking lots in the area. They'll collect the snow off of there, and then they put it on the bridge and on Main Street.
And it's pretty cool, and it works really well because they actually run it through a large snowblower when it warms it. And so once it gets set down, it gets really, really quite hard and firm. And so that's why we can make Main Street actually maybe some of the better skiing.
It probably will be this year. Yeah, and they're really excited that we can make that happen again.
Lake Hayward's really quite good. It isn't blown off. There's plenty of snow on it. We'll do a grooming pass, and then we'll actually windrow each side of that pass. And kind of holds it, then it collects snow as it blows, and then we'll groom that probably not till then another day or two before the race. So like I said, we'll get out there later this week, groom a main pass, do a plow 1 or 2 wide, create some windrows on it, and then and let it sit for those last few days before we get ready to groom it.
Will there be shots provided medicinally at the beginning and end of Lake Hayward? Potentially, but not from us, unfortunately.
We'll have to reach out to Tattersall. Maybe they can get it all set up.
So is the Birkie finish will still be on Main Street Friday morning, correct? Yes. Yeah, Birkie will start at the Wheeler Road crossing about 3 kilometers from the finish line. And they start Friday morning at 9 o'clock before the Cortalope, and then they finish right on Main Street. Will the trails be closed this weekend?
Nope, they will be open for sure. Like I said, there's a chance that there's sections closed south of Double O, but probably not. Just talked with Eric a few minutes ago, and likely we'll have the whole southern half back open by Thursday to get skiers on it. But we're going to assess what it looks like in the daylight now that they're done grooming, and we're going to let it sit, as we mentioned, these next couple days, and then definitely we'll be skiing up north. We'd love to have you come up north, come check it out. In fact, that's awesome. Give you a sense of, I'm going to use my A skis, my B skis, I'm going to whatnot. And another plug, and that's great, buy your trail pass, please, to really support these efforts. At the end of the day, it's really, really, those guys out on the trail and gals are working really, really hard to do everything they can to prepare a course for you that's going to be really, really good. And again, not perfect, but I think a Birkie course that you'll really enjoy.
Would you recommend using our best skis for the race? What if one is in the later wave? That's a good question. We do think that you might want to be a little more cautious if you are in a later wave. Like we said, on this end, the south end of the trail, it does get a little bit thinner. You will see some grass and things in the classic tracks for sure. Most likely in the middle of some of those downhills, you'll see it break down a little bit. we'll know more by next Monday when we do another live Q&A, how the trail kind of set up, if we got any more snow this weekend, and we can make our last recommendation next week for that sort of.
And I would say two of the things to think about if you're a classic skier, because those classic tracks are going to be thin. That's way a higher likelihood of hitting something. And then two, the downs, depending on how you ski a down. If you're snow plowing a lot on a down, you're going to be more likely to hit something than if you're not snow plowing, because you're not necessarily in that berm. And so depending on how those factors play out in your skiing style, that might determine what ski you would use or not. If I'm not going to use my best skis this year because I'm worried about it, or you know what, it's been time for a new pair of skis anyways. Right. Let them rip and help support the ski industry and all our ski shop friends.
Lots of good stone grinders
that's right.
around.
That's right.
So you're saying the snow dances worked. Yeah, but could you please do it just a little bit more?
Yeah.
Come on, the Northerner. We need just a little bit more, and that would be great. But your dances have been fantastic.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. So just a reminder, participant guide will come out later this week. Please check it again for your updated busing schedule, what to do about baggage, what your start schedule is going to look like for sure, what the expo hours, what your open trap big pickup hours are. Lots and lots of details for next week. Lots of things getting put back into place as we pivot back to a Main Street finish. And we're super excited to be able to welcome you back downtown again. We think next week is going to be a super fun week. We think you're going to have a great race and event experience. And we're really looking forward to next week.
It's going to be awesome. We look forward to seeing you up here in the Northwood soon.
Up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. 1, here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor. Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie.
She signed up for the Birkie. She been telling me all year long. Poles and boots and kick wax. The list goes on and on. Over 50K of skiing. That's why she's gotta train so hard. The course is lined with cheering fans while she's out there going strong. 1, here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor.
Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie.
10K in at 9 a.m. Damn, another hill again. Skiing with 10,000 friends.
Higher, higher.
Finish line is now in sight. Got that burning in my thighs. Ice and lashes of my eyes.
Good Lord.
1, here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor.
Higher, higher. Good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie.
Done. Finished year 2, year 3, year 4. Wanna be a birch legger, gotta ski 20 more. Time to celebrate before I get sore.
Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. 1, here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hill's gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor. Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince's got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie.
She signed up for the Birkie. She been telling me all year long. Poles and boots and kick wax. The list goes on and on. Over 50K of skiing. That's why she's gotta train so hard. The course is lined with cheering fans while she's out there going strong. 1, here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor.
Higher, higher, good Lord.
Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski.
Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie.
10K in at 9 a.m. Damn, another hill again. Skiing with 10,000 friends.
Higher, higher,
Finish line is now in sight. Got that burning in my thighs, ice and lashes of my eyes.
good Lord.
Here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor.
Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie.
Done. Finished year 2, year 3, year 4. Wanna be a birch legger, gotta ski 20 more. Time to celebrate before I get sore.
Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie. 1, here comes K2, K3, K4. Gliding down the hills, gonna wanna ski some more. Double pulling through the woods, now the pedals to the floor. Higher, higher, good Lord. Someone pull me up a Tattersall shot ski. Everybody knows that Prince has got a history. There's a party downtown on Main Street. Everybody's got a fever for the Birkie.